This conference will now be recorded.
So hello guys, this meeting is for Ansible and we're going to learn a little bit about the YAML files. Okay. Amar, can you switch on your audio?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm giving you a presenter. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can share your screen.
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll just share it. Just me.
No problem. So guys, be available for tomorrow AWS session. We will do everything practical, no theory from today.
What time, Shimon?
We will start sharp 10 a.m. because Babu is there, so he have a AWS guy
Okay.
working on the production environment. So once he is with me, I'm feeling very comfortable.
Okay.
Shamim, I will not be available tomorrow. I'm going native.
Okay.
Venkat here.
So when you available?
Not sure. Actually, last week my uncle was expired, so 11th day function is there. So I don't know whether I will come back night. Mostly night I will come back, or otherwise Sunday
Tomorrow.
morning.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine. Then we'll do it on Sunday morning. No problem. Take your time.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, guys. I think hope you all saw the small attachment I gave about the ML.
Where you forwarded this in Devops or some other group?
No, in Devops our group only I have forwarded it.
Just forward it again. I think it's.
Can I do it again? Okay, will do. Hey, hi Venkat, hi Islam, and hi Tulsi.
Tulsi is silent today. It's tired with it
I am.
done Friday night. You're not sure your screen, I think.
Yeah, this one. Guys, this is actually not the basics of ML actually, because I just gave a important how to write the ML file, and hope if we know very well how to what exactly is ML file, then hope we can very good write the playbooks or manifest whatever it is, so we can it will be easy for us to go ahead with Ansible playbooks. So to start with, ML is just like a text file or human readable file. Uh, to be saying, hope we many people worked on HTML or XML files, right? Maybe saw it also, maybe. Okay, those are also markup language, and this is also markup language, very useful markup language. Matlab, human readable markup language. There are no tags or anything. Okay. The advantage of ML file is it supports many languages like Perl, Python, configuration management tools like Puppet or Ansible. So these tools will use the ML file entries to do further modifications or to do further configuration.
Even Salt Stack also using this.
Maybe I am not aware of it. Good point. Okay, Salt and Stick also may be using it. Thank you. Uh, are we aware of what is an array or what is a list? What is a dictionary? Small technical terms actually, which we use much in Python or Ruby.
Mhm. If you just give a brief, not a brief, but just explain it. I mean, how it is and what is that. So it's fine because most of the
Uh,
people here they're not from the programming background. So I think you have to explain little bit, just introduction part.
yeah, sure. Uh, Array means a collection of elements or collection of similar type of elements. I can say it out. Or okay, means what I can say is not similar. But I can use see any programming language supports different type of data types actually. Integer type, floating type, or a string type. We famously known as string and integer types. Integer types are generally the numerical values, and string type generally the string what we use. Anything is apart from that is a string. So array is mixture or group of these elements is known as an array, and we call it as dictionary. Dictionary is nothing but a key value pair. A key value pair in sense, see, I have highlighted in my document actually. Let's see. I just gave it. Uh, this is a key and this is a value. Suppose I want to access the value. I use the reference a key name. So combination of those key values which are in an unorder means anything. We can put it as anything in the dictionary. That is the main definition of a dictionary. And I have highlighted C that what is the definition of dictionary here. Please check this. A key value mapping is called dictionary. The data in the dictionary is a Python data type. So dictionaries are unordered key value pairs. Hope you understood what is a key and what is a value. What exactly a key value, right?
Yeah.
The key value representation is done in this fashion actually. What we need to remember very important one is we should have a space here after colon. The name is a key. Key is a reference to the value. So we refer the value by using the key. In suppose I want to print or I want to give an output to my screen. So I use reference the key value. The key will be used as a reference so that I'll get what exactly the value is key is assigned. It is as equal to assigning a thing to a variable. Suppose I assign a integer number to a variable, the same fashion actually, but this is a reference.
Okay, I'm a one quick query.
Yeah, please.
Okay, because in Python, even though you put space or blank line, whatever it is, right? By default, everything it will be eliminated. So
Yes.
I understand the same way, even in YAML also, the space it's not being considered. the indentation, the tab, it will be very much considered. Like, but for key value pair, even though you're giving space or not the space, it won't give any impact. Maybe I may be wrong because actually I have been going through the Python. YAML also it works the same way, right? Otherwise, it's space in the value. Is it mandatory?
Yes, Tulsi, that's a good question. I'll explain you. Python, the key value, as you said, it is not at all a mandatory one. Okay. Whereas it
Mhm.
comes to ML, I think the concept has derived from Python, but in ML will not take any tab spaces. Tab spaces are not allowed in ML. ML uses empty spaces. Okay, so the indentation is very much important in ML. So if anyone has gone to some Ruby language, actually, Ruby is also very much important on indentation actually. So why the indentation is required? Why this space is required? See here, the first line I gave college colon, and after that I gave 2 to 3 spaces. This is known as indent. What can you spell it, someone? Because I am unable to spell it. Tulsi, can you help me out?
Yeah, that's a indentation.
Right. Thank you. That is very much required actually. Why? Because if you give that spacing, it shows that these values are under this college. See, when you see about a C language or when we learn in our BTech or graduation or Java or wherever it is, when any function starts, what will be the starting point? The flower brackets will be the starting point. It ends with a flower brackets. It shows that the code inside the flower brackets is belongs to that function. Yes? Guys, yes or no?
Amar, I
Yes.
believe Tulsi was asking like after colon you given the
Yeah.
space. So in
Yes,
Python that is
I'll
not required.
yes.
So
That is,
there also in Python also very much we need to give that. Otherwise that functions we cannot use at all. Indentation
yes.
is required for Python. But I
Okay.
believe Tulsi's question is like after name colon and space. So you mentioned like space is mandatory in YAML, but in
Yeah,
Python that is not required. That is what I believe is question.
Yes.
exactly
It's ML.
mandatory.
It is.
Because
Yes, it's ML. It
yeah,
is
that's
mandatory actually.
okay.
See, there's a note actually saying which was highlighted because if we don't give space, ML will throw a syntax error for you. Okay, these total things are comes into one group of text. See the style how these are assigned. This style is known as a dictionary. The way we assigned a key colon a value is known as a dictionary. The reason why I'm showing this is we write ML format in the same way. We write dictionaries, we write lists, we write uh, mix up of this both. So all the parameters we write, all the text we write in ML will be in the same format. See, the first one is the three hyphens I have put it right. It is an optional line to start ML. The importance of these 3 lines is even I'm not sure because I checked a couple of Googling, but I did not get a perfect information. If someone can help me out, what information I got is it is helpful for multiple ML files. So I don't know if someone asks how it is helpful. So I don't have an answer to be honest. I'll check it out and I'll give an answer for you. This one, okay? This is not a mandatory one. This is optional, but a lot of ML files you see in Puppet or Ansible, people will start putting this. And this is also
Yeah,
an optional one. Yeah.
you are right, but like the syntax, it starts that way. Actually, that's what I go been when I go been googling it. I found the same thing. It's a
Okay.
three. Yeah, the syntax of any of the AML file. That's what they said because Ansible also we will be very much using this kind of same syntax.
Yes. Okay, this is syntax
But
is mandatory.
it's a syntax only. Like it's not mandatory, but I really not sure. Probably the Venkat might be knowing the answer. They recommend other way instead of like it's a mandatory. Everyone recommends to start with that particular line. Three down.
Okay.
Three.
So any use of this triple lines, any special meaning for that actually?
That's a starting as well as that's a ending.
Okay, it represents as the starting of the file, and the dots will represent as end of the file.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine, fine. Thanks, Tulsi. Okay, good, good. Hope Python. I hope we write the same fashion, right? Dictionaries.
I'm really not sure.
Venkat, can you please help?
Sorry, actually, just I away from my computer for 2 minutes. Sorry, what was the question?
See, I have highlighted, right? In Python also, we write the same fashion actually, right? Can you correct it, or it's the same?
Python, yeah, for this one, what is this?
For
Dictionary you're
declaring a
talking?
dictionary.
Yeah, it will be same. Only like forward bracket and uh, this one is the it will consider. So syntax will be the same thing.
Syntax will be the same
First,
thing. Okay.
yeah.
So you mean to say in space of flower brackets, do I need to use anything, square brackets or something, or a round bracket?
Forward bracket has to be considered in Python. It will consider as a dictionary.
Okay.
So it is there. Yeah, it is same thing. Sorry, I could not see that one there. Yeah, it is same thing.
Same
Format
thing,
is
right?
same. Yeah, it is the
See,
same format.
guys, I think you guys are a little
Fine.
bit confusing. So basically, there's a two, three ways of writing a YAML files. One is kind of just mention a college and column and name, and you can key the and value, key value equivalent, changing the lines. So this
Okay.
is another type of example, college, and you can make the braces, what is the curly braces comma. So same
Yes.
thing you can entry in this way also. There is nothing. Both are the same. Key values are same, so you can define it like that. I
Yes.
hope you got the point. That's it. Nothing else. There's no Python. Nothing. Nothing is here. Okay.
No, just I'm asking
This
how comparing it. That's it. Okay.
company. So basically, you using a curly bracket here, right? And
Mm.
here is nothing. Either you can write this way, or either you can write this way. That's it.
Okay. Okay, Shabam. That's good. Thank you. This is how we write a dictionary, a definition of like in ML. And coming to a list. See, a list will always starts with hyphen and see the spaces accurately. There should be space before hyphen. There should be space after hyphen. What is a list? A list is a data structure in Python. See, because I got in text in Python, so I'm wrote as Python. That is mutable or changeable order sequence of elements. So what is sequence of elements? These are sequence of text elements which I mentioned in a list. So this order can be changed. This is a list. Guys, please remember how I am writing exactly the syntax. Very much important syntax because ML is not going to decrypt anything. It's mainly dependent on syntax. There is space and there is a hyphen space, then give your list, whatever it is. So where exactly I use this listing in our Ansible? So I give an example. Suppose I want to install Java version or JVM in all my Ansible missions. So I can declare the Java related software as a list so that the control mission will install the Java software in all the client missions. So that's the best example, Java or whatever it is. And can also write in this fashion as well. List file. See the mix up. Here comes the exact ML file. See how it is. This is a dictionary I declared, and this is the list I declared. Both I have mixed up. Okay, the very important one, as I said, saying again, the space is very, very, very important. Sorry to say, the like actually here it is wrongly placed. It should be exactly below Amar. Okay, the space I think it has wrongly given here. It should be exactly the line below. The format should be under Amar, the same line. And next example is list of dictionaries. How exactly we write? See, and I gave one more dictionary with other name with list files. Hope someone can explain this, because ML uses pipe symbol to include new lines while showing the multiple lines, and greater than symbol to suppress new lines while showing the multiple lines. See the example here. So even I was a bit confused. Tulsi or
Uh,
Venkat?
I don't I don't think you need to confuse over here, guys, because this clearly mentioned over here to include new lines while showing multiple lines,
Hmm.
and this one to suppress new lines while showing multiple lines, right? So I think I have a better example on my book, I guess. It is
So you mean to say that the new lines will
Ansible.
be included, Shimon?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I asked Vinay, but he not explaining much on this.
Okay.
So can I share my screen for 2 minutes?
Yeah, please. Yeah, please take control.
So guys, here I'm in YAML and Ansible playbook. So while you're writing a playbook, this is already explained by the key and value by the Amarnath. So let in the string. So first we have to talk about the string. String always defined in the single comma and double comma, right? There are two ways to write multiple line string. One way use the vertical bar. Okay, you can see my screen, right, guys? No one giving anything.
Yes, yes, Shimon. We are able to see.
So this is
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, you can.
So I think it's the good example. We mentioned many string over here, and we can be same way we can write these things in the same way. So just give a name. Suppose the example here include underscore new lines. So just giving this bar character over here, and you just mention these things. And the other way to write multiple line string uses the greater than. So character to include that. New line character are to be converted to space, and that leading while spaces in the lines are to be removed. The method is too often used to break long string at space character so that they can span multiple lines for better readability. So basically, this is used for writing of multiple string. That's it, nothing else. I hope you guys get it. Then if we talk about the dictionaries, which we already discussed, key value YAML are also referred to dictionaries, hashes, association, associative arrays in key value pair. Keys are separated from values using delimiter string composed of a colon and a space. So this is the right way actually. I mean, you don't need to give any space between the key and the colon, space and value. So actually, this is how your YAML is going. I mean, yeah, when you're writing a file in using YAML. So this is how you used Ansible basically. And remember this, guys. Whenever you're trying to write a playbook or YAML things, let me go up a little bit. Page number, I think. Let me. I can't see comment. No. Yeah. Yes. So YAML always start with this three dash dash dash. You have to remember this. Then whatever you putting a key and colon and your value. So this is giving the example. Author is a key, colon. They can come and they can putting here key and values, multiple keys. And it's all.
Shimim, small correction. Actually, author is not a key. Actually, author is the name of the dictionary.
Oh, sorry,
First
sorry.
name
I
is
just,
the key, and John is the value.
yes, yes. It's a dictionary actually. Because we already have multiple keys here. So this is, and it will end with this three dotted line. So you have to always remember this while creating a YAML file. Or if you're not going to use this dash, that's fine also. That's also fine. In Ansible. Other tools, I have no idea. Okay. So rest is, I think, uh, Amar, the better, I think we go with this Red Hat book. This is a better example that I'm showing here.
Yeah,
What is
fine.
it?
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I just clear this your following new lines and this one. What is the issue? Okay, let me come the next page. Okay. So one is more over here. There are two ways to write multiple things. Okay. So when we use this actually, this character, when we have to write a multiple lines, long lines, that's it. So we already discussed about the dictionaries. We can write this kind of also. So the guys who get confused over, how to, so we can use this kind of also, curly braces and putting the key and values. This is another way listing. So these don't get confused. You can write a dictionary way, you can write a list way, you can write a, yeah, these are two things only. List, dictionary, that's it. Verifying YAML syntax. So anybody can explain, go ahead. So how we can create a, suppose we have a login ID over here, with the any student user ID, student user ID using a Python haven't seen import YAML since print YAML dot. So this is I mean another example while you want to use or to importing a YAML files. So this is how Python command we have to use and use this. Suppose something if you whatever I write in YAML file, so in this format is .yml your file name and .ml we have to create a just make a file touch and my YAML .yml. And when you edit this via VI or Vim editor, you have to mention like this. So you can see it's started from here dot dot dot. Sorry, dash 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 three dash. Then it's first dictionary, second I mean item, or it should be the list I guess. Right, Amar? It's a list, right? This one is a list, right?
That is a list. Yes. When you put a hyphen before that, that is a list.
Okay. So and ended with this file. So the cat command basically shows you in same terminal what is written inside the YAML file. So you can verify. You don't need to every time you have to edit. So dot 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 is ended yet. So now you can import that file. I mean using this command, but we are not going to use Python over here.
Yeah, I
Second
think the
thing
Python,
I think,
Shimim, I think
yeah.
the Python is an interactive, maybe what I think it is
Ansible,
going to check the syntax of the ML file, I think.
Yeah, so Ansible is already written on the Python. You have to keep in your mind. So you don't need to get confused over here. Ansible and Ansible is actually a Python. Everything is a Python. It's a configuration management tool which is written on the Python language. So you have to keep this in mind. Okay. So if you talk about the playbook, so let's read some theory part. Ansible command line tool. So Ansible offer a native feature of administrator to validate the YAML syntax in a playbook. The Ansible playbook command used to execute playbooks included does dash syntax hyphen check option to check the errors. Suppose you written something, it's not in proper parameters, the YAML thing. So you can run this command, Ansible playbook hyphen hyphen syntax check. So you can check that if any error is comes, it will let you know this is the blah blah error in 4 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, or some column. It will tell you. And while the Python and YAML linked methods previously mentioned are capable of validating YAML syntax verification using Ansible playbook is the preferred method of verifying YAML syntax. Okay, within an Ansible playbook, this method conducts a more rigorous review and ensure that requires data elements specific to Ansible playbook are not missing. Okay, guys. So the following example demonstrates how Ansible playbook determines that a valid YAML file is not a valid as a playbook. Okay. So this is another example. The Red Hat, using the same thing, cat myyaml.yaml, and they written something here. Okay. Now they're going to run this playbook. So what they did? They used this command Ansible hyphen playbook myyaml.yaml. So it's giving error. Playbook entries must be either a valid play or on an include statements. The error appears to have been. It will tell you the location also. Home, the file path, home student myyaml.yaml. Line 2, column 3, but may be elsewhere in the file depending on the exact syntax problem. So the offending line appears to be first item here. So what is the error? You can feel that in listing. What it mean actually?
Actually, it should start with a name, but I feel the name was missing in that.
Okay. So let me go to the
Suppose
next.
the dictionary name or something, maybe
Okay.
a list name.
Okay. So let's go to the next page. It will. Uh, okay, guys. One more thing I want to say you. If everybody have, I think, this book. Who are in this group? If not, let me know. I will forward it to you again. So these are 3-4 things you need to, if you want to learn more about, YAML things, so you can go directly to the Wikipedia Ansible documentation. Ansible is also giving the docs, so this is the link for them. You just click on this link and it will show you. Everything is here. Okay. An employee record like this, another method. This is the dictionary. Okay. So dictionary, how is this right? Dash Martin column curly braces. You can use in the same way. But what is the difference between first line and second line? Can anyone explain me? Anybody?
The first line is actually a dictionary, the
Mm-hmm.
way it was declared. The second line is an list.
Exactly. So list always comes with a single comma or because it's a string. So string you can write in single comma or double comma. You can put both one here and in this bracket. But you define a what is this dictionary. So always you have to write this way. Keep this in your mind. So when you goes, the practice when you come to the lab next session, so you can easily get this. It's not a big deal. So don't confuse here. These are the called flow collections. So what is a flow collection? Ansible does not really use these too much, but you can also specify Boolean value, true, false, in several forms. Suppose create a key, yes, need agents, no. No ops true, like I don't know what it means. This is the same example we discuss. So let's come down. Let's see what Ansible is saying.
I think the Boolean values we better understand when we start writing playbooks.
Exactly. So we have to call was, some kind of files. Okay. So just going through this link, let me share with you guys on the chat. I'll chat in the group only. So go through this video. I mean, so you get a better understanding. Escape sequence. So now the validating of YAML. So variable, I think this is a very important topic. A loop, variable and loop. These are two things we need to understand according to the book. So let me go to next chapter. Writing YAML files. So you should be able to create and verify YAML files containing lists and dictionaries. This is what we learn. So we have two commands: how to check the syntax and how to run the playbook. Okay, guys. Before you begin, log into workstation, the student user. So this book is very practical actually. Whatever is written here, if you're doing the same way in your machine or on your lab, it will really help you to understand these things. I will share this book, no worries. Create and change the work directory, home student. I am import. What it mean, Tulsi? IMP.
No. There's no special meaning for IMP. It's just a name.
Okay, so it's just a YAML file
He's
then.
saying that create a file with IMP ML.
Okay.
You have directory and start creating maybe ML files inside that.
Okay. So IMP, this is created a directory. I think yes, it's a directory. Then he's inside the directory and he name in the dictionary is .yaml. So what according to this book, what he trying to first he explain us the dictionaries YAML. Add content to the YAML format to represent a list of two dictionaries into ES and ES to EN. The first dictionary EN to ES contains the following key value pair. So you have to create this kind of YAML files into ES, and you have to put this information numero, word, blah blah. The second dictionary contains the below key value pair. So this is the example you can just practice and you get a better understanding on it. Now comes the 21.8 to the following entries to create the list dictionary and 2 years along with the key value, separate the key and value and the colon and space, addend the key value and dictionaries. Okay. So what is this? This is guys are sleeping. Guys are sleeping.
No.
Guys, नींद आ रही तो मैं बंद कर दूं? No problem. It's I think very late for you guys. So he talking about the dictionary only, right? Don't get confused. You first created a file, your directory, and go to the dictionary.yaml file. And in dictionary file, you have to create a two dictionary. So first dictionary format is this. So you have to understand. I mean, dash 3 times dash, then comes picture in single and this one dictionary, then another dictionary. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now we move to the next third point. And create an open new YAML file. Hope you run this file and numbers. Okay, so add a content to the file YAML format to present a list of two dictionaries, numbers and numeros. The first list numbers contains the following item. So it's giving you the example. You have to create the numbers and you have to mention 1, 2, 3. The second list is the second number OS contains the following number. Those, tres. So this is using something other language, I guess, like Spanish one. Okay, so add the following entries to create a list of first list numbers along with this item, indent list item with space and then prefix with them with the hyphen character to indicate that they are contained in the number list. So this is the dictionary.
No,
One,
list.
two,
That
three.
that is list.
Okay, sorry, list.
Mhm.
So this, whenever you use this one, this comes in a list. Okay. This is the same example. So I'm moving next. Python. Okay. What this command do? Echo dollar question mark.
It gives the last command execution status. If it is 0, that means that last command is successfully executed. If it is other than
Okay.
0, it means that last command has some issue. It was not properly executed.
Okay, guys. So you have this book by today, and go through the chapter 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 chapter. Whoever interested with our lab, they must go through this. Otherwise, you never understand Ansible and YAML thing. I'm telling you. And Linux, keep learning Linux. So it's clearly mentioned over here when they execute some command. I'm not going to this numbers run from so there are no error file just return to this one. Okay. So verify that the exit status of the command 0, which signifies that the file is syntactically correct. Okay. So this is the command echo dollar and
Question mark.
question mark. So verify that your single line serialized output matches that shown previously. A match indicates that the file's content creates the desired data structure. A mismatch indicates that the file's content did not create the desired data structure. So, I mean, if you got an error, it means your YAML file is not written properly. Now, he's saying run lab YAML grade on workstation to grade your work. I really don't know what it means. Maybe the so lab YAML grade is another command. Okay. Tulsi, any idea about this? Or Amar?
See, I think the lab is an Red Hat manual command, right? They internal command, I think. So
Okay.
they will have their lab set up while giving a lecture to students, right? That may
Mhm.
be the thing. I think lab is no such command in Linux actually. Lab command.
Yeah, actually, you go. If I go to up, let me see. So they have created somewhere the lab. I've seen that. I mean, maybe the previous chapters. Yeah, lab inventory or kind of. Actually, this is the installation of that lab created. Lab deploy setup. Now it's done user workstation and run lab deploy setup. The setup is ensured that the managed host server B is reachable on the network. Okay, so this is something we will try. I am noting this. Okay, that will my keynotes in YAML things. We have to deploy a lab, deploy setup, and what is the command for pin number 70? Somebody is speaking very silently. Come on, man. Lab UI YAML grade. So I will try because I have a Red Hat machines everything. So maybe this command work for the Red Hat machines. So next is implementing modules. Module. Okay. So little bit very theoretical here. After completing the session, students should be able to explain what Ansible modules are, where they are installed, and how to use an existing modules. So example of common modules. So what is modules are program that Ansible uses to perform operations on managed host. They are ready to use tools designed to perform specific operations. Modules can be executed from the Ansible command line or used in playbooks to execute tasks. When run, modules are copied to the managed host and executed there. Sorry. Ansible comes packaged with over 400 modules available for use. These prepackaged modules can be used to perform a wide range of tasks such as cloud, user, package order, and service management, and even in a private cloud also. Core extras and custom modules. So these things we need to be understand, before going further. There are three types of Ansible modules: core modules, extras modules, and custom modules. What core modules are included with Ansible and are written and maintained by the Ansible development team? Core modules are the most important modules and are used for common administration tasks. Extras modules are currently included with Ansible but may be promoted to core or shipped separately in the future. They are generally not maintained by the Ansible team but by the community. Typically, these modules implement features or managing newer technologies such as OpenStack. OpenStack is also part of Red Hat. So this is another things coming very rapidly in the market. Anybody have idea what is OpenStack? What is OpenStack? Anybody?
Yeah, I think up to my knowledge, it's like AWS or Azure, where we can maintain a cloud-based service, I think.
Yes, you're a little bit correct, but anything else better answer? Anybody have better answer on this OpenStack? Guys, we have seven people.
Tulsi is giving in chat, actually, that's a private cloud, he's saying.
Yes. So basically, OpenStack is a private cloud things. You can integrate with your public, use AWS and Azure as a service provider. I can use that simple as same as AWS and everything. So they have different terminologies. Neutron for the network, compute for some other name, and storage have some other name. But it's very similar to the public cloud, AWS and Azure. They have very less and open source and it should be free, so you can install this software and you can create a cloud kind of solution in your private data center or private as a private cloud. I can use that. So we don't need to worry about this here because we are reading YAML things. So custom modules are modules developed by end user and not shipped by Ansible. If a module does not already exist for a task, an administrator can be write a new module to implement. Okay. So core module, extras module, and custom modules. Now we have an idea about that. Core and extras modules are always available. So core and extras modules are always available. Ansible looks for custom modules on the control node in directories defined by the Ansible library environment set variable of or if that is not set by the library parameter in the current Ansible configuration file, Ansible will also look for module in the library. So library is a directory basically related to the location for the playbook being used. So whatever is playbook is going to use basically by default this library. This is the part of that.
Shamim, I want to actually add to you actually here. What
No
exactly
problem.
this library?
Mhm.
Yeah, library, I think hope we all worked on Windows machine or any machines. We have a system defined libraries or an application defined libraries. The
Mhm.
libraries are generally used to run the application properly.
Okay,
Hope we saw .dll files in Windows, very famous.
exactly.
Exactly. So the same way, every application will have its own libraries. So libraries are generally actually there will be shared libraries or de dedicated libraries. Shared libraries means the libraries which are shared by multiple applications.
Mhm.
The single library can be shared between 2 or 3 applications. So dedicated
Okay,
library means the library is specific to the same application.
okay.
Here $Ansible underscore library is an environmental variable which points or which is a variable actually which has a path where the Ansible library is present.
So what is my understanding? If something have a used in a dot slash library, it means it's a hidden file.
But we can't 100% say it's a hidden file actually.
Okay.
Okay, but as see the format, it is dot slash library. It
Yeah.
represents that the library is present in present working directory. Hidden files will not have slash. It will be
Okay.
there with dot name. Those are hidden files.
Okay.
Okay, when we
Okay.
write
Okay.
the format like dot slash something, it is represents it's in present directory, PWD.
Mhm. Okay, great. So module categories we have for better organization and management. Ansible modules are grouped into the following functional categories: cloud and clustering, commands, database, files, inventory, messaging, monitoring, network, notification, packaging, source control, system, utilities, web infrastructure, and Windows. So what is this actually? So these are actually managed by the Ansible. On the Ansible documentation website, module documentation is indexed by the preceding
Uh,
list of.
Shamim, sorry to interrupt you. Can you scroll it up once? Previous page.
Yeah.
Module categories. For better organization. Oh, it's lost. Ansible modules are grouped into following functional categories.
What does it mean?
So, see, the thing is, functional categories means each of every category has its own functionality actually here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to use anything on cloud, so I go with a cloud category. Clustering, maybe it is a Docker clustering, whatever it is. I go with clustering, predefined functional category. The same way, commands, database, files, inventory, all these are the tasks we do. Packaging in Linux OS or whatever it is, source control, system, utilities, web infrastructure. So all these are functional categories which we use it in a module.
Okay, that's a good one. On Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7 system, modules are installed in the user lib Python 2.7 slash site packages Ansible modules directory. So if you want to access any directory, so you can directly access it from here. You can see it here. Okay. Core and extras modules are stored under separate directories. Modules within the two directories are organized into category subdirectories. So this is very important. Basically, if you understand the basic thing, now you will play with playbook. Playbook is nothing. So now we come to the module documentation. So the large number of modules packages with Ansible provides administrator with many tools for common administrative tasks to familiarize themselves with the modules available. Administrator can consult the Ansible documentation website docs.ansible.com, which I already shows you guys in my this one. This is the documentation. So keep open this syntax YAML syntax.html page and keep just go through the stuff. And the model index on the website allows Mr. to available models and system. Okay, don't confuse here. Okay, so database models found under the database models. Okay, somebody goes. Module documentation is also available locally on the Ansible control node and is accessible using the Ansible-doc command. This is work. So if you want to see the modules available on the control node, run the Ansible-doc/l basically. So let me show you this section. I need to run this. Can I go Tulsi? So let me open my virtual box.
I think Tulsi left. Our net may disconnected.
Okay, no problem. So this is my control node server. Okay. Come on, man. So one command we have to test lab deploy setup. It's not working.
No,
What is
that's
that?
what that's lab is. I think is a customized command which was used for Red Hat training.
That's what I want to check actually. So nothing here. We have to set it up. Nothing. Okay, so I'm now confirm. Okay, where's the book? So this is Ansible. How to check the doc? Ansible hyphen doc space hyphen L. So let it. Okay. So pressing a down arrow key, you can an up arrow key. So it will start from here. So this is how Red Hat mentioned. But Tulsi and Amar, what it use basically? I mean, what is the use here? Config rollback, config snapshot. What is that?
I think I need to check it out. What exactly is this?
I have to ask my trainer again. Oh, it is already written in the
See,
Ansible. So
I can only one thing I can understand is Apache module here, which enables and disables Apache.
backup API cloud
But
connectors,
this
but
all these modules.
used for the migration purpose, I guess, cloud connector, user cluster, okay, control. So maybe this is the module. What you understand from the module over here? The
Uh,
set of playbook YAML files are written already in the YAML.
no, no, it actually set of commands or whatever it is to do a
Uh-huh.
particular task, but the task will be defined in ML
Uh-huh.
using ML, okay, and that will be run by playbook.
So AWS is here, Azure is here. So guys, I
That's
think
what.
this is a very important command. You have to.
See, Azure create and terminate virtual machines means I use this module.
Mm-hmm.
I define the module in ML file with a proper syntax, and I
Okay.
use the same thing in a playbook to run the ML file. The ML file in turn will run the module and will yield the results on the client machine. This is how the flow actually flow.
Maybe this is the format already given here. So I can write a lot of things. Creating a Azure storage account of facts, storage blob. Okay. So what I'm getting here, Tulsi, I think this is the format basically we have to use to write a playbook for a particular task we're going to use in playbook or YAML things,
ML.
right? Yeah, even it's manage, network thing also. This is very informative things. Today I catched it. Good. Multiple things. You can do a lot with Ansible. Docker is also there now. Digital Ocean is also there, man. Name the technology and its company name and it's here in the Ansible. So Ansible is very vast, I guess. Docker also using the fact. If you want to create a Docker container, you can use this format. Okay.
Uh, Docker container, or
MongoDB.
you can manage the Docker, you can install the whatever it is, I think.
Yeah,
Docker.
login, network, secret, service, volume, selections, DynamoDB table,
Even
TTLY. Yeah.
there, EC2 is also there.
So guys, today is very learning, I think. God did something which I don't know previously. Snapshot of the copy, you can make it and tag volume packs and VPC. Creating a VPC also you can use it for the particular route table and everything. Everything is mentioned here.
Yeah, I think to come out from that, press Q.
Git. Now just checking what is here actually. So
Okay.
IAM account for the WS is also here. Hundreds of command. June OS, kernel, Kibana,
Lambda.
Lambda is also there. So this is everything. The pack in terms of package, NXOS.
Hey, I
NXOS.
can see surface.
Anybody have a setup of this NXOS? I need.
What exactly is that NSOS? NXOS.
We have to find out what is that actually. I heard a lot about it. So whenever I heard something new, I just do some research on it.
Even I can see that you can manage the NetApp storage also.
NetApp? Where you seen that?
Yeah. I think just scrolled up. Just scroll up. Test mode. Now we are in
Yeah,
NET. Netscaler. NetApp
guys.
volume copy, volume.
Yeah.
So, abhi aa
You can
raha.
automate near about every company's product with this Ansible. Guys, whoever is here, please try to learn Ansible as much and get certified if you really want a good job. Overt, Overt, you know what? What is Overt? I worked on it little bit. Can you tell me what is Overt? Overt is kind of a KVM, the same way as OpenStack and Red Hat one also, and it will also give you, same environment of the private cloud like OpenStack. And maybe Overt after Overt come, or maybe the extended part of Overt 2. Now it's showing as OpenStack. Maybe I'm not sure. PostgreSQL, RabbitMQ, I don't know. Rax, Redshift also is here. Road 53. You can create a lot of things over here from you can manage from the Ansible. So this is the format we have to write. Okay, Tulsi, I need your help. Who is working on Ansible? Amar or you, Tulsi?
No, yeah, I'm not working on Ansible. I'm working on Puppet.
Okay. VMware is there. Windows is there, sir. Yum repository, Zabbix, I have no idea. JFS, XML, Yum, Zyper, and it's now finished. So what I have to press Q? Oh, press escape. Let's come now. Suppose, how can I check this basically? So I can do it only when I write a which hypervisor. Okay. What do you mean? Which hypervisor? Okay. Okay, guys, let's come back to the book. Let's make it side. So this is the documentation and just go through it. So we ended this documentation chapter now. There is nothing. Okay. Chapter 3 is implementing playbook. So we were here, right? Okay. So let's finish chapter 3 today. It's not a big one. I think it takes near about 10 minutes. So we just go through the theory only. So guided exercise implementing modules. In this exercise, you will perform administrative tasks on the remote system using Ansible module. Okay. So we have a lab. We don't need to use this command. So it also shows you how to manage things. I mean inventory file, Ansible.configuration file. Guys, who is new here? If you want to know about these things, you can watch my Ansible Lab 2 videos. We already cleared everything about this. How to make an inventory and take a SSH key to remote your connect your servers. Okay, and so this showing me just HTTPD service can be enabled instead of the forward install. So this is the task basically which I already did it in our previous videos. Uh, so this is how they mentioned, and I think 78, 79 is. Do you want to do this so we can do it tomorrow, not today? What's the time? We already have 1 hour completed, so I think we have to end the session. What is it, Tulsi? Amar?
Yeah, Shamim, yes.
Okay, so we'll do this tomorrow. Okay. We have to go through these commands. You never use this. I use something else, but not this one. So if you're following this book, it's very good because 3, 4 chapter we have to finish as soon as possible. Very good. In exam, if you're preparing for the Ansible exam, you have to learn at least 9 chapters to clear the exam.
No, Shamim, is the Red Hat training mandatory to write Ansible exam?
Yes.
Oh,
And whatever we're learning here, guys, I'm telling you, this is a 60,000 rupees course, only Ansible, training plus certification. And here we are learning free, free of cost. Even my, in institute, they're not giving me training about the 4 chapter. Rest we have to do by ourselves. And Ansible classes will be continue every day at 11 p.m. So anyone interested can join us. Me, Tulsi, and Amar is enough. If somebody else, that's fine. I need two, at least one and two Linux guy over here, so they can clear me also. But we have a good audience today, 6 people. Raju, Anthony, Venkat. Venkat, any input you want to add here? If you have an idea.
Actually, uh, and I'm very new for Ansible, so we'll start reading the documents and then definitely we'll get some ideas. I could
Yes.
not get some time, so anyhow, this weekend, mostly it's, Sunday, I will start it.
Okay, no problem. I will share. I already shared with you that this book, I guess.
Yeah, I have that.
Share with Ravi Kumar. Some whoever is come in the meeting, he just asked me. Amar have virtual matrix have. Samir is offline. I don't know who is this guy. Raju Anthony is online. Raju, can you speak a little bit on this? Maybe not listening us. Raju, are you there? Join and get sleep, I guess. Okay, so I think this is a particular thing. I don't want to take much time. We have to finish this session. Tomorrow I will talk about a little bit if anybody want to understand. So we will go with the quickly. I mean, I will take only 5 to 10 minutes to clear your Ansible.configuration file and inventory file. Actually, we already did this in our previous video. If anybody want, you go to the YouTube channel and see the lab, Ansible lab 2. We already cleared everything here. So that's why I'm skipping this. Okay, Tulsi, tomorrow we have to write some playbook, and on the playbook, and we'll start force to another client node, so we can run the task. Okay.
Yeah, yes, Shimon.
Okay. You guys get sleep. You're already tired from the office.
Mine is horrible. Yeah, 12-hour shift and 3-4 hours journey actually to home and to office.
I was also going for the interview, and this is
Hmm.
like 1.5 hour to reach there, then half hour to fill the form and everything, and I started everything. So tomorrow is maybe we are skipping the. If everybody wake up at 10 a.m., we can start this in morning also.
Yeah, Shamim, even I'll try to log in, but let me see.
Okay, if you wake up, just let me know. I think 7, 8 o'clock is fine. We start at 10 a.m. So we can continue the Ansible one because it's going on and we are in touch. So I think we can push it fast. Because
Okay.
next week, at any cost, I have to start Puppet.
Hmm.
This presentation and everything. Puppet is actually it's very in use also, very much used in the industry. So at least you know the Puppet. So this is the push one, and we have to one pull one. Salt stack also is a push one. So this is three is fine. I mean, we know those, so we can learn the chef also, and we can understand the salt one also. So at least 2, 3 tools we have a knowledge. So we will continue this study. We're not going to stop it if we want to be in that industry. Okay. Okay, guys. So if everybody wake up, we will have to because tomorrow's AWS session is not going to happen because Babu is not there. So what we do, we will start Ansible, continue with the Ansible. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Bye bye. Good night.
Aslam is asking actually some question here. What is the difference between Ansible and a Puppet?
So Aslam, Ansible is and Puppet both are the configuration tool. First, you keep in this mind. Your mic is not working. My mic is
Yes,
not working.
one lot of
Okay. Okay. So both are the configuration tool for you to keep this in mind. And there is some the major difference is they work on the pull and push base. So what is push base? Is Ansible. Ansible is a agentless, and the Puppet one is a agent one. So whatever you have to write, it will communicate every 30 minutes, 1800 seconds, 18,000 seconds or 30 minutes. Uh, it will communicate the agent with the agent. An agent will come to the master, or you can say agent and master model. But in Ansible, you have to just push the command. There's no agent required to install on the node which you're going to manage this. And they have an inventory. And in Puppet inventory files, they have some other name. So once I start guiding you on Puppet, we will discuss about this. So I'm creating a very good document also. I mean the presentation file. So maybe I'm also working on it because I feel it's very interesting. But now we have to focus on only one thing. If you know the Ansible and the playbook things, you know the YAML things, then only you can understand the Puppet. Otherwise, you're not. So chapter 4 is mandatory to start Ansible. Oh, sorry, Puppet. 3 and 4. Till 4 you have to finish. You study by your own yourself, make a lab, practice it. That's it. Alright, guys. Okay, Islam. I hope you get my answer. I hope you get the answer. Okay. Okay, guys. Good night. See you tomorrow morning. 10
Yeah,
a.m.
good night, all.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.